Yeah.
Oh, hi. Hey, Mel. Um, Let me just say this. We're on episode, geez Louise, what episode are we? 10?
Uh, 9, 10. I think 10.
Let me start over. Geez Louise, I forgot to look up the episode.
I think we're 9, actually. I don't know.
uh, well, we just released 9 last week. Okay.
So 10. Okay, we're 10. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, we didn't do nothing special for the first, like, double digits.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Unless your Twitter handle is Mel's dropping deuces. All right, hold on. Let me. Hold on.
No.
Uh,
See, this would be good, cutouts,
yeah. Okay, let's start over. N to the O, the Nintendo show. N to the O, and N to the O. N to the O, the Nintendo show. Enjoy that theme. Enjoy this podcast. Mel.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Mel. You know what? You're here. I'm here. That means this is N to the O, episode 10. And we're talking about Nintendo. We're talking about life. We're talking about peanut butter. We're talking about peanut brittle. Um, vile stuff. Um,
Of course, you're not
how,
a fan.
how's your week going?
Um, it went by really fast because, like, it doesn't feel like Friday. I was looking at it and I was like, it's actually like recording day. I was like, oh, look at that.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
that something?
I know, right? It did go by pretty quick this week. I was real busy on Monday and like work wise, and then yeah, not that much as busy the rest of the week. So like, but the week went by really fast, and I blame Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and like the countless hours I've sunk into that thing. Um, but
I
Mel,
also blame Xenoblade 3.
yes, Mel. Let me ask you something. What was the best thing you ate all week?
Okay, so like I had like this new ice cream like last night.
Oh,
So I don't know if like everybody has like the Bluebell ice cream, but like it's mostly like a southern ice cream chain, whatever kind of thing.
mhm.
So they made this new flavor. It's like strawberry lemonade, that kind of thing. So it
Is it
actually just tastes like like the frozen lemonade you can kind of get like at little snow cones,
right?
slushies,
Yeah.
whatever. Like that kind of stuff. It has like that kind of same texture for that, but like the strawberry is just like regular like ice cream. It is really really good. Like I have to like close that thing, lock it down, so I'm not just constantly eating out of it.
Is it like a sherbet or is it ice cream?
It's still ice cream. Still ice cream. It's really
Okay.
good. One of their new flavors for the summer, because the little goofy things they do like each year, like like I think last year they had like this peach cobbler kind of thing, or like maybe like a blackberry cobbler, as ice cream, or like they usually do like Christmas in July, and that's like a lot of Christmas stuff in a bowl. It's like if Christmas threw up in a bowl. It's like there's like green icing, there's like little red candy canes, like snickerdoodles, sugar cookies, like chocolate chip cookies, just like mixed in vanilla, ice cream, just all blended together. I usually get that like every summer or like when it comes out for like the holiday season, like Christmas, like November, December. I'm just sitting there eating ice cream like every day basically, and it's like this bucket. It doesn't look like particularly appetizing if you look at it, like if you actually look it up, but still eat it because I love me some ice cream.
So you're saying you're living your best life. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, probably shouldn't be doing that, but that's just what I'm doing. Just gotta be me.
Yeah, don't ever not be you. You know what I'm saying? Um, in terms of the best thing I've eaten this week, thanks for asking. I
You're gonna say it anyway, so
yeah, that's true.
don't
I,
even.
well, I just figured I'd get that in there. I was feeling confident with because I saw that one of the new releases on the eShop is Roll the Cat. So we're out here living our lives, you know. But in terms of the best thing I've eaten this week is very small. It's a very small little thing. It was it's like a little cup with like it was like campfire s'mores, right? Is what it was called. It was like from a restaurant. So I got a burger, which the
Oof.
burger was fine, cheeseburger. Um, but it had a really good bun. But the thing that I liked the most was there's like this little dessert thing, smaller than like. Have you ever had those like Luigi's like Italian ice?
Yes.
Yeah, one of the. It's like a little bit smaller than that, and it was just marshmallow like at the top, and then like at the bottom there was like graham crackers mixed with some chocolate, and it was just good. Mm, good, good, good. Yeah, so that was probably the best thing um I ate this week, but and then this weekend, like the Switch, the thing that I'm love, we might as well just hop right into what we've been playing. We have been playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3, huh, Mel?
Yeah, that's pretty much taken all of my free time, and I'm still like not even halfway through.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, like before I'm playing, like before I actually play this, in my mind I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go through like the main story. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna be finished it. I'm gonna wait on you. That's what's gonna happen. That's not what happened. Not even close. I'm
No?
doing like I'm doing like all the little side quests. I'm doing like all the hero stuff, getting all the classes to level 10 for everybody.
Yeah.
Just to have the option to just be able to do more things with everybody.
Well,
It's crazy.
once you get them to level 10, then there's a quest that you get to uncap them to level 20. And
Yeah,
then,
and then I gotta get them all to level 20.
yeah. Oh, let me tell you something. I got to chapter 5, right? In
Yeah.
the game. We're not going to give any spoilers away or anything, but I got to chapter 5. I was like 46 maybe in this spot that I was at.
Mhm.
And I needed to beat this mission, and I kept getting up to this enemy, this boss, and it kept beating me over and over again. And I was like, this is like because we were about the same level, but there was like four of them, and they would just like all hit one character at once and kill them, and then keep killing all of them. And there was nothing I could do to keep them alive. I tried switching classes up and everything, and then I was like, ugh. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And I, sure enough, fast travel is your friend because there's no like motorcycle or mech that you can fly around in. And so I was like, because running in the game, I'm like always thinking, I wish I could run faster. But
Well, technically you can't. You just gotta build up your affinity for the colonies. And I think in each section, you only run faster in that section if your colony level of affinity is that high.
is
'Cause
that's what it is?
that's one of the rewards. Yeah, it's like one run faster, collect the items, like the items on the ground, like
Yeah.
like when it drops from the enemy. Like if you're out of range, it doesn't always latch on to you. But
Oh,
like
makes the
if you have this
range bigger.
affinity, yeah, it makes the range bigger.
Oof.
Um, and I think there's like two or three other little things. It's like five levels, and each level has its own little lock off like that. But I think running is like you need 3 stars for like the affinity for that particular region. Because I'm like 2 stars at two of the places I'm at right now. It should really be three because I'm looking at one of them right now, and it's like not even like a little inch away from like cracking into three. Because like you get those by like talking to everybody in town. I think like buying stuff. And obviously like doing like side quest missions and like the little flute things when you find like the
Oh, the fallen
dead bodies
soldiers.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
stuff like that.
but yeah, that it's like
So fast
there's
travel is your friend,
my
right?
best friend, yeah. But there's just so many like systems in this game. It's like they just like it's almost overwhelming to the point where I'm like, okay, like where I would like focus on certain things in the game, like mechanics in the game, and then I would watch like YouTube videos like breaking it all down because there's a lot of text and I don't
We don't.
usually. Me and the text are just not best of friends. Reading is hard, but then what I end up doing is watching like a video that breaks it down and like in detail, like all the different stuff for that mechanic, whether it's like teaming up with like, so what is it, the Ouroboros, right, when you
Yeah.
two of them fuse together. um I do this thing where I just hit X up, X up, X up, X up, and they keep switching back and forth, but it registers as the attack, but you cancel the attack and then switch to the other one, and it builds up their special attack faster. And so I got it to the
Oh,
point where I can get 3 special attacks in one before overheating. So I get 3 in a row, and then some of their attacks, it's like an area of effect, so like it shoots and kills, hits everybody on the screen. So I just keep doing that back and forth, and then switch to one of the other pairs, do that, and then switch to one of the other pairs, like for boss fights and stuff. And yeah,
yeah.
if you just hit X up, X up, X up, and you keep switching back and forth and between them, but it registers you hitting the attack, so it like builds up your meter faster. And
That's absolutely insane. Because I was just like, letting them go out and like just playing it until like overheated. Because that's how it presented you in the game.
yeah, and I
It
was
didn't.
right. I wasn't filling the bar up, and I was like, I want to fill that bar up. How do I do it? And so I just tried hitting X up, X up, X up, and sure enough, it works. And it's just like it just very nicely and easily
Yeah.
fills up the
Yeah.
bar. I'm sure that's not how they meant for it to work.
No, no, because there's a system in this game with the. Please say the name for it because I want to butcher it.
Ouroboros.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with that, because like they have their own skill tree, and like
Oh yeah.
having the overheat thing decrease slower is like one of the major things to fill in.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure they want you to put your points into that, and
Oh
not just
yeah.
go X up, X up, X up.
Yeah, so okay, so I do that, and then another thing I do is I haven't really paid much attention to the items that like the accessories and stuff. So since you don't actually buy healing items, I haven't bought anything but meals, and I only buy one meal. I buy one meal, and then my what is it, the nippin, they learn how to cook that meal, and then I
The no pawns,
no pawns,
no
yeah,
pawns, yeah.
whatever they are, and so they learn how to cook that meal. So I've got like 300,000 whatever coins because I've never bought anything, because I just pick stuff up in the area and then just hit auto equip, and then um
That's what you use.
yeah, I did just get to this part where you can use like those coins, the coins, the nippon,
Because I've been
the
the
silver
Nopon
coins.
coins.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean there's a gold version of those
right.
too as
Yeah.
well. Because like certain areas on the map when you go around and exploring, there's these little skirmishes against like two enemies,
Oh yeah,
and
and you got to
sometimes
pick
you
a
can
side.
pick. I always pick the ones with the coins, if it's an offer because the
Oh,
other side it's usually just like XP, and I'm like I can get XP just from
right.
like battling. I'm not sure about these coins yet, so I'm just stockpiling these coins. I have like 30 something of the silver and like 20 something. No, maybe like 10 something of the gold. Something
Ah,
crazy like that. So because I
yeah,
also have not been buying anything besides food, but I'm not auto equipping the accessories. I'm just picking the accessories myself. But I mean, it's like the same general idea of not spending money. I
right.
haven't felt the need to spend money yet.
Yeah. Well, what I do is I'll switch classes a lot, like because I'm trying to get them all maxed out on each class.
That's what I'm doing.
So, um, there's this part where it's like I what I did, I screwed up the one time is because I got the expansion pack. about
Okay.
15 hours in, and it gave me like 30 some coins. So I just unlocked a new class, and I was like, all right, I think in order to unlock it for, because you only, when you unlock a class, you unlock it for one character. And then the more that character uses it and the other characters are around them when they do their special moves, then it fills up the bar on the other characters for them to unlock that class. And
Yeah, because
eh,
that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going the
yeah,
slow method.
yeah, because sometimes I'll even hit level 10, but it's not unlocked for everyone, so I have to keep using it until at least unlocks for one other person, and then I'm put them in that class, and then it's this whole thing. But anyway, I you bought um used those coins and bought the whatever it's called, the up to
The new
level
class.
10. So
Okay.
I bought up to level 10, but then I was like, all right. And then I was like, wait, it's not unlocked for anyone else. And that's when I discovered, oh, you need to use this character, this class around other people and like use their special moves. And then if you're using it next to them, like you know how like there's like a little circle that like kind of like goes out when you use one of your moves. If one of them is near you, it starts building up their meter for that character, I believe. And then at least that's how I've been doing it. I mean, I could be totally wrong. I haven't watched a YouTube video on that one yet. But the other thing that oh, the one thing I was going to say, I keep getting distracted about those coins is so the you need like a healing class in order to revive someone when they die or when they're like down, right? And what I ended up doing was um I ended up going in and finding there's like an item that you can get, but you have to use the silver coins to get it, 99 of them. And it's
Oh,
like,
jeez.
even if you're not a healing class, you can revive people. And but it costs 99 coins. And then that's
Oh,
where this came in, Mel. I discovered you can scan 3 amiibo a day. And sometimes they give you like 9 of the silver coins.
9? Okay,
9.
I'm doing that because, you
Sometimes it's
know.
just items, and then other times it's like random. So sometimes it's silver coins, sometimes it's just random items. So I mean, you could just we're back in the old Animal Crossing days, or even I did this a lot with Breath of the Wild when I was farming items. I would just scan every amiibo because Breath of the Wild you can scan all the cards, all the
Yeah.
amiibo, I should say. I say cards because I get them from Etsy, and I got all the cards. Uh, but um, you can scan them all, and then just move forward one day on your time, on your clock, and then time travel. You're basically time traveling to use amiibo cards, and yeah.
This
So
is our life now.
this is it. This is where we're living. I'm just glad they didn't make it so you could buy those coins because that would be terrible, but also incredibly useful. But
Yeah.
yeah, so um, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. You know what? I never beat 1 or 2. But playing this, I would say if you want to just play this one, you could probably just play this one. I I'm sure there's connections that you would get if you played the other two, or I guess however many
Yeah.
there are, 4 other ones if you count like the connected past or future or whatever, the DLC that came with, was it Torna, and then the
Yeah, and Torno was the second one, and Future Past was
it
the
was just a
the
part of the
remake.
definitive edition or whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, they included that in because it wasn't as beefy as Torno. Torno was like pretty much its own little
Right.
game
And that
because
came
it
at
was supposed
launch,
to be
right?
in the actual game itself. Actually, but they just couldn't get it in time. So like that one is actually like a full chapter, basically.
Right, yeah. And
Compared to like Future Past, which is like 8 hours or something. It wasn't too.
I think
It's
so,
like
yeah.
4 hours, maybe. It's like 4 or 8 hours of content. If you just kind of like run through it, because there is some information you got from there that's in this one, but it's honestly not like huge amounts of stuff.
Right. Yeah.
It's just like, oh, this is nice that I know this. It's not like I need to know this to enjoy this
Yeah.
new game.
Exactly. It's one of those where it's like uh, if you did play the other ones, you might run into someone or see something and be like, "Oh, that reminds me of whatever." A lot of like familiar um looking outfits or like not characters, but like um I don't even know, creatures that you see running in the world.
Creatures, certain types of mechanics. I mean, honestly, that's the major thing I would probably say is if you played the first two games, a lot of this mechanical stuff in this one you probably have like an easier time going through. But in this one, they have a very in-depth tutorial for most of the systems. There's like one system in particular that I just came into contact with in my playthrough that I didn't
Yeah.
feel it did well enough because I kind of get it, but I don't get it at the max level of the way I should. That type of thing. So I'm gonna look at
Okay.
that up later.
Yeah.
Not like too much later, but
Yeah.
like for the general gameplay battle system. It's kind of like a mixture of both games, to be perfectly honest. And they have some new stuff in there, but for the most part, you should be, story wise, you should be perfectly fine. And
It should be good to
it's
go.
a lot to take in, but they go through and they chop it up into pieces. So
Yeah, there
you
really
know,
is a lot to take in, but um like I said, I'm like 33 hours into it now. I am
yeah, I'm
like,
like 20.
yeah. So I was
That's
like,
a little low for me, but
yeah.
it's not because of the game itself. It's just because just time restrictions I had of this week. But like next week, I'm probably gonna be like in the 80s. I can see it.
Next week. Yeah,
Just add 60 hours.
this is I'm trying to think of like the last. I say I can't remember the last game, but was really into Live Alive, and I played. I didn't think I would play it as much because before it came out, you and I were like, let's just do at least one chapter a week, and then we plowed through the game.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'm probably gonna keep playing it for, I don't even know, because there's like if there's like a new game plus, I'll want to go through that probably. Yeah, I'm liking it a lot. I like the number system, the numbers going up. That really helps me with playing the game, and I think there's a lot of good shows and like movies out this week too. And like even this weekend there's like I think like 3 movies I plan on hanging out and watching in the house thanks
Ooh.
to what is it? There's Lightyear on Disney Plus, okay? There's
Mhm.
Prey on Hulu, which is um it's like the first time the predators came to Earth or something. And then
Okay.
there is the 12, which is like about the 12 um boys from the soccer team that got trapped in that cave with like the water and the divers,
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
and that's on Prime Video. So it came out, I guess, select theaters in July, and then comes out this weekend. But I'll be watching that. But yes, that is a part of the Xenoblade talk apparently. Um, Mel,
Yeah.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Is there anything else you played this week, Mel?
No, and I'm
Mainly
probably gonna be
just
playing this like the next 2 weeks, just primarily this because again, I was just so focused on just going through the story and not doing so much extra stuff. But now I'm like I'm doing all this extra stuff, so it's gonna I'm probably gonna hit like that 120-hour mark on this game when I'm done. Because when I beat the second one, was at exactly 100 hours when I beat it. When I beat the
oh
first one, I was at like 67. Because I did some extra stuff, but not as many. Because a lot of the extra stuff in the first one, I just wasn't particularly invested in. Because it was a lot of just like, hey, you know, little fetch quest types of things.
right, yeah.
They still exist in theory, but what I really like about three is there's the heroes. The heroes are like a seventh member of your party. They're not like always there, But when you do that kind of side quest, there's like little cutscenes, there's little story information, there's like a lot more fights. It actually feels like it's supposed to be part of like the main story for the most part. And then you get like a new class, you know. So it's you get like a new person and then you get a new class. So it's like very it gives me a lot of motivation to do this types of thing. And then I'm filling out these affinity charts because I did that last in the last two games, but not
Yeah.
to the level I'm doing in this one. This one I'm filling them up a lot faster, you know. And I do like the story in this one. It's very depressing though. It's just a very depressing storyline in this one. But I do kind of have some little theories about where it's gonna go, and you know, I want to see how that turns out without spoiling too much, you know, because
Yeah, exactly.
you know, it's actually pretty good. Music's as usual, it's really great. Um, I like having a lot of battle systems. I'm sorry, I'm that person. Like, if I see something on the screen that's not taken up by like a menu or something, I'm like, you can add something else to it. Because like one of the major complaints about Xenoblade, like the Xenoblade series in general, it's like there are so many things on the screen. Where do I look at? You know, that's
Right.
not a problem for me. That's because I'm playing handheld too, so like my screen is really being taken up. You know, it's not like you know, but I just like all the crazy stuff you can do because in this one, yes, there's a lot of systems, but it gives you the flexibility of what you want to focus on. And right now, at this moment in time, I want to focus on all of them. So that's probably not a good time for like my backlog stuff. But for me, just playing, that's fantastic for me. So probably next 2 weeks on this, to be honest.
Yeah. This I actually think this will be the first Xenoblade I finish because I mean I might be getting ahead of myself, but this it's a lot. It's really good. There's a lot to it, and I like the battle. Not only do I like the battle system, but I like the leveling up and the experience system, and then doing all these side quests that I didn't think I would enjoy doing. I'm actually finding myself doing as many as I can find, and am doing this thing now where I am running and trying to fill out the entire map just to have it all filled out.
Oh, I do
And
that too. Because there's like certain parts in the game, it's like, hey, we're taking this route, we're going this way. I instantly go the other way just to start exploring, just to see how much I
yeah.
can find and stuff. And I
Hmm.
found like some areas that I'm probably not supposed to be in, but I get the experience points. You know, I can cash those in at the little campsites and
Right.
level up my guides a little faster too. Because that's also nice as well. Because you level up, you know, automatically just fighting and stuff. But like doing like these side quest missions, doing like
Just
exploring new
exploring. Yeah.
areas, yeah, it really rewards you just for interacting with every part of the world, and I really love games like that. So you know, I get lost in these areas, just running around, just finding new little stuff to do, or trying to beat up a guy I'm not supposed to. Like you know, I'm like a level 27. You know, I'm trying to fight like level 47 things. You know, I get pretty close sometimes with some of the stuff. So you know, I like doing stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah. The what was I gonna say? The one thing that I like um is what you were just saying, where you when you're going around exploring, which also I found helps when you're doing side missions and it'll be like, oh, you need to go all the way over here. But if you didn't go over there before, then you're not going to have a fast travel point and you got to like run really far. So like it's like
Exactly.
good to explore everything before you start doing these side quests and work, and then like that it must be like a staple of the series now where they got the actual what is it like you can pick the different clothes that you're wearing. Um, so the part of the expansion pack is the first one was came with it was like a bunch of items and like different colored clothes, and then the next one is a different character. Do you think that'll be a main character or that'll be like a hero class that you can?
Think it's like a hero class. I think that's what they consider it as.
Okay,
Because
that
like you can kind of see the silhouette, you know, and it does look like it's a brand new person with a brand new class. Because I mean,
yeah.
you can kind of see what she kind of looks like.
Right, yeah. That'll be, that'll be good. Um, all right, so that is Xenoblade talk. Mel,
This week.
this week, yeah, so far. Um, I was like thinking about the games that I played, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I played a couple of games this week. So I'll break those down real quick. Before we leave, which is like another like city or town builder, but you're like everything needs to be connected to these paths. It's just like an above ground city builder, but you're building a town plus like you're trying to expand and like restore your ship, and then you restore like get a boat so you can go explore other areas and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And it performs pretty well on the Switch. Before we leave it, this is a game I played on the Xbox, and then it's on Game Pass right now actually, and then on the Switch I think it's on sale for $15.99 for another week, and then goes back up to $19.99. There's that I played. I figured I'd talk about it very little. There's not really much to say other than it's a city builder. It performs well enough on the Switch.
Did you try it in handheld with the touch controls? Like
I
yes or
did,
no?
yes, I tried it. No touch controls,
No.
but the text looks like a good size, and it seems to perform pretty well. My town's not that big, but there's at least like 15 to 20 buildings on the screen, and I like zoomed out and then watched everyone run around, and it still performed pretty well. So um, that's about
So that's
all I got
something.
for that. Yeah. Um, the other game I played this week, Mel, and I forgot about it because I had deleted it off my Switch, was when you
See,
brought up Frogun.
yeah, because I didn't forget about it because I've been looking forward to this one. I
Yeah.
just noticed the release date and I was like, I can't do it during Xenoblade time because I mean I could have bought it, but it would just be chilling in that backlog, maybe frozen before by the time I got to it, because I
Yeah.
wanted it, but I wasn't on like I need this type of thing. So we were talking about it before we record because we do that all the time,
Yeah.
and so yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, well, the thing that brought me into the game was the graphics. Like it reminds me of Mega Man Legends, and
I did like that.
just like how it looks, not how it plays, obviously, but it just looks so good. And I'm like watching all this like platforming. You got this. It looks like, I guess, you could say PS1 style game, like made today's technology. Um,
A little smoother, but like it's that general idea of that style, yeah.
yeah, this is like how you remember a PS1 game looking, not how they actually look. You know, um,
Yeah, that's 100% how to explain this. Yeah.
yeah, but it's like a 3D platformer, and that's part of the problem. Is you got this tongue, the there's too many times, at least like five or six, that I died because the aiming of the tongue like switched like right as I was shooting it, and like just I felt like the controls were getting in the way more than myself. And then I was like, is this just me? And then I looked at some other people that talked about it, and they said pretty much the same thing, where it's like the problem is you're aiming with the tongue and moving are all on this left stick. So it's like it aims wherever you're or shoots wherever you're aiming, but you're also trying to do platforming at the same time. So if your stick isn't correctly aligned and you shoot like one square off, it's going to hit like another wall, and then you're going to fly off the stage and die, and then there's the what is it, like the checkpoint system is not very forgiving, so it's like you need to replay a lot of the level again before you get back to where you want to go.
Are the levels like long, I guess, or is it
Uh,
just like the puzzle aspect of some of these levels just take longer than they should, type of thing?
it's yeah. So the levels aren't that long, but the fact that like I think like the first two levels don't even have any checkpoints, and so then if you die, you start all the way back at the beginning of the game or the level, and it's just you're constantly um on the move, and it's like simple things that shouldn't be an issue, but cause you to die. And then there's another part where you're racing someone else, and they got, instead of a frog, they got like a snake gun, and so the snake's tongue comes out and like is does it's basically um like a boy that you're racing, and he's got a snake gun, and it does all the same stuff, but if you touch him it hurts you, and he runs in the middle of the stage and you have to get around him, but there's no way to get around him and also aim the frog in the right direction to shoot, and like
You
then
can't shoot him, I'm guessing,
you
either.
cannot shoot. Well, you can, but it doesn't do anything. Yeah. And so finally I was just like, okay, well, I played Frog Gun. I saw what it had to offer, and I'd rather not. So I deleted that game. I don't know how much it is because it won't tell me the price after I get.
It's so like the okay, so there's actually two listings for Fall Gun on the shop.
Oh yeah,
One's like 14.99 on sale right now for like 11.99, like a like a
right.
launch sale, I guess we can
Yeah,
say. And then there's another version. I forgot the cost of that, but it includes like a digital art book soundtrack kind of thing. It's a deluxe version. So it has to be like at least 20, if the base game is like 15,
right.
I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
yeah. So Frog Gun. I mean, check it out if you're interested. But I was interested, and I was met with sorrow because it was just not what I had
Yeah,
hoped it would
because
be.
like when you look at it, it's kind of like Captain Toad, like the treasure tractor,
Yeah,
like that kind of like diorama, thing. But in this one, you're like collecting coins and you're like doing little platforms. But a frog gun, frog guns, that's just funny. And then the art style is really nice. So because again, I mentioned this before we started today, recording today. I mentioned how I didn't see anything from you. You're like one of my main guys for like some of these little not as well known stuff, like we know this like for years. We were talking about this, looking forward to this one for years. It's just when I didn't notice you posting anything about this, that was kind of like one of the signs to me. But like when you just saying like, oh, like I had to like actually delete this, that just kind of kills it for me.
yeah.
But everybody's different, so
I had seen enough. I think I made a video for it, but it's it's on there on the YouTube if you want to check it out.
so you rather like eat frog legs and play frog hunt, is what you're
I don't
saying.
know about that. I mean, if I had to eat frog, like the mouth texture fee, I might play some more Frog Gun, but I don't want to do either. Is what I'm getting at. But yeah, so that's pretty much. I mean, most of my time this week was spent on uh, nothing but Xenoblade Chronicles. So yeah, Mel, that's what we've been playing this week, right?
Yeah, that's us.
So let's dive into the news. One piece of news, Mel, that really just got me thinking. You brought it up to me before
Did.
we started, and I was like, you know what? I forgot that that would be considered part of the news because it had been leaked so long ago. That Tactic Ogre um, is coming to the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, PC, yada yada. No X. If you got the Xbox,
No
why would you?
Xbox.
Yeah, don't be a Square Enix fan if you have an Xbox. But that is coming out 11/11. Make a wish. And it is a game that is a remake. People complained about how it looks like it's just kind of like that, like smeared on looking pixelated, upresed pixels and then smeared with jelly. Um,
Yeah, it's like the Final Fantasy Pixel remakes, like we just recently got for the other systems like last year. It's like that kind of bright
yeah,
style. So like the older fans usually don't typically like that because it reminds them of like the cell phone versions of stuff. It's
right.
like it's too clear.
I think
Basically.
what is it? Chrono Trigger on the PC did this similar thing. I think right, something
Yeah,
like this.
they did.
People were not happy about it, but you were like, "Oh, let me throw this bad boy on my wish list," and went to go head on over to the old pre-order button, and you saw that it was $49.99, and Mel, you had a heart attack.
I did because like I was trying to add to my wish list because every week, well, not every week, like almost every day, honestly, we're in this eShop. We're looking at ratings, not ratings, price charts.
Yeah, or just the
Sales,
upcoming coming soon
the
section.
upcoming soon, in just the rankings of where people are buying the best sellers and stuff. So I noticed this had a new page, so I'm gonna add it to my wish list. But I accidentally pressed like proceed to pre-order because you can pre-order this one, even though it's like what almost 4 months away.
Right, yeah.
Like look at this. But
But you blink your eyes, we'll be there. It were,
it's crazy. It absolutely is crazy. I mean, this is Frog Gun week, and
I know.
Frog Gun week didn't seem like it was this week. It seemed like it was like 2 months from now,
We're
to be
heading
honest.
into the second week of August next week, which is wild.
Yeah, Cult of the Lamb, that's another one I was
Oh yeah.
looking at, So, but yeah, like
So
this
you
is
hit the
pretty
pre-order
much
button.
I mean, I added that to the wish list. No pre-order button for that one. But but
But
Tactics or Organ Olga whatever
reborn.
it's pretty much a classic in the strategy RPG genre. It's not Final Fantasy Tactics, but
What
usually
is?
this is like the second one that people bring up. It's like, oh yeah, this one. This is the
Yeah.
cream
They
of the crop kind of thing.
they bring
But
up Final Fantasy Tactics, Tactics Ogre, and then they bring up Pokemon Conquest. That's the order they
no one
use.
brings up Pokemon.
They
I bring up Pokemon
that's the
Conquest.
order people bring up strategy RPGs, It's
Yeah.
just the
So
order that everyone does. But yes,
yeah,
this
and
got announced. It's coming out 11/11. They finally announced, showed a trailer, announced the systems. I think there's also a physical version for this too.
yeah, I think there's also like a super deluxe version on like Square Enix's shop. It comes with
Oh,
like
okay, yeah.
a board game and like an art book or something. But I really do like this game a lot. This is probably one of my favorites. It's just I don't think I'm going to go in at 50 for this, because there were some changes, obviously from the original game, and most of
Yeah.
them are going to be good. It's just have you seen this year for strategy RPGs?
Quite a
Have you
few.
even seen this year for like just Square Enix games releasing? Like if you
Right,
if
yeah.
you take like August to like December, there's like 10 games just from them that are popping out.
Yeah, what they got Harvestella, right? Is that one of
Harvestella,
them?
yeah, that's the brand new like
Um
IP from them. That looks pretty good, even though that's not my personal genre. You have that. You have
the
the
Diofield Chronicles, right?
actually Chronicle because I added that to my
Chronicle,
wish list
yes.
today. There's no S. I was like,
Yeah.
I've been saying it with S. So
Keep
we have that. We
Mel,
have
keep that
Crisis
S
Core.
out of your mouth. Yeah. Just the Diofield Chronicle. Yeah.
So
Um
absolutely love Square Enix naming system because when they get into like the boardroom to like, okay, we need a name. They don't ever have to worry about it being copyrighted
yeah.
because like,
They don't have
what
to
is
worry
this?
about it with this. I'm surprised it didn't start out as Project Diofield Chronicle and then they just called it, but it's actually called The Diofield Chronicle. So that comes out September 22nd, and then there's a demo in about 2 weeks coming
No,
to,
it's like 5 days.
oh, this week coming up, right?
Yeah, because they said August 10th.
The
Because
10th.
I've been
Okay,
looking forward to
Wednesday.
trying that. Yeah,
Yeah. So,
Because I'm a little pickier with that one's more real time ish kind of, but not
right.
really. It's one of
Almost,
those weird things. So I'm a
yeah.
little more cautious of that. But I'm still looking very forward to trying the demo because
But
that might go on to the buy-in list for me. We just gotta see.
it is $60, I should say.
I know.
Unless you get the
Because
collector's the deluxe edition, that's 75. So, but yeah, so but the news was see Tactics Ogre Reborn was finally announced. Um, and then Mel, this one's for me. I know you probably have no interest in this, but finally, Ooblets has gone gold, and they tweeted it out and said, "We just found out that Ooblets has gone gold. That means we passed our main certification, so we'll be able to announce our 1.0 release date and open pre-orders for Switch soon. We're so excited for everyone to play the game or play!" Exclamation point.
that's been one of your long
Oof.
running wants for the system.
Uh huh. Yep. I've even
Yeah.
streamed it a couple times because I got it on the Xbox, and so it's going 1.0. But I want to play it on the Switch. I feel like I'd play it a lot more, even if it doesn't have, you know, um, even if I don't have the whatever it is on there. I'm excited, even if I don't have touch controls. I should
Touch
say.
control.
Yeah, I'm okay with it because Ooblets, for anyone that doesn't know, is a bit of a it's so it started off with a you're like a little creature collecting game, but you're also farming at the same time, and you're farming the creatures that you're um not only are you farming the creatures that you are uh fighting. So that this is how it originally started. You would grow them and then fight them against other people. And then they were like, you know what? Why do we have fighting? And so instead, you just have a dance off. Every once a month, Mel and I have a dance off. Um,
He crushes me every
yeah,
single month. He
yep,
he has the moves.
yeah. We bust out Mario DDR for the GameCube and go to town. It's wild. But yes, the um, dance moves, it's also a card based thing, which is your favorite. Uh,
Oh no.
so basically, as your Ooblets level up, they get more moves, and then those moves are represented in cards. And so then, based on the Ooblets you have in your party, you'll get handed a certain cards and then use those to fill up the hype meter. And you got to get everyone. There's like a big circle. Everyone's watching, and you need to build up the hype meter before they build up the hype meter. And yeah, Ooblets. It's nice. There's like a nice little town. It's very wholesome. It's wonderful, very bright and colorful, and I adore it.
I do like how it looks.
Yes, Ooblets coming soon. It's coming. So the digital version's coming soon, and then I guess this fall or holiday the physical edition will come. So it's up to
So
you if you want to wait or not. But I'm not waiting. Let's be
we
honest.
we know you don't wait.
Um, then you know what so that was the news. Then Nintendo came out with their financial report for what was it Q1 2023.
Yep.
Um, and yeah, their Switch hardware is at 111 million units, 863 million software sold, and Mel, four new first party games made it to the million seller list.
What
Uh,
made it?
what you know what? I'm glad you asked. Oh no, sorry, four first party games sold over a million units. So that would be Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, obviously sold 1.48
Oh my
million
gosh.
units. And with a lifetime sales of 46.8 million units.
That's like almost half.
Yes, I
That's
know. It's wild. Um, this is why they put it in the. It's like the chicken or the egg. Is it this successful because everyone has it, or is it just because they just so many people have it from those holiday bundles that then causes more people to buy and yeah, they're
Like
never
I can't
making
wait for I can't wait for a holiday bundle to be Mario Kart 8 again
with an
this year.
OLED. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Um, you know, because they're not going to give you that expansion. They're going to want you to add it to Nintendo Switch Online. Um,
Oh yeah, totally.
let's see here. That was 1.48. Kirby and the Forgotten Land 1.88 million sold in Q1 with a lifetime sales of 4.53 million. Um, so Kirby and the Forgotten Land is a game that you know, people always said give me Kirby in 3D, please. And here we go. We got it and apparently
Yeah, they showed up. Yeah.
they got it. Yeah, they're showing up. And then two games that were released in Q1. So the Q1 sales numbers are their lifetime to date sales. And that is Mario Strikers Battle League at 1.91 million. And that's right. Nintendo Switch Sports at 4.84 million units sold. Whoo, dog.
That's like the silent front runner for like this kind of season so far, you know.
Right? Yeah.
Because no one's like talking about it, but like me and you look every single day at that eShop.
Yeah.
Right now, it's currently 3. It's almost 4 months after. It hasn't really left the top 7 in that time frame.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
just keeps selling.
Like Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes came and went. It's gone. Where is it? Not in the top 30. That's for
It
sure.
didn't. It didn't
On
even
digital
reach top
sales.
1 for like one day.
Yeah, it
We've
did
been looking.
not. Yeah, because it came out the week after or before Xenoblade. So the second Xenoblade started being
No,
available.
that's Live Alive. Live Alive
Oh yeah,
also
Live
didn't make
Alive.
number 1.
So then
That's a. It's holding on at 10
oh geez, you're right. It did not. That was Live Alive. And where's
though.
Live Alive
Hmm.
is number 13 right now.
Ah, it dropped.
It dropped down, Mel. But Kirby number 23. Okay? And then
Kirby's been consistently in the top like 20-ish since
yeah,
it came out too. You know, for long, for like a good like 7 week period, it was in like the top 5. You know, so
right.
that's pretty good for Kirby.
And Mario Strikers is number 24. I think Mario Strikers would actually sell better if there was better word of mouth, but I feel like once people got it, there's this collector's edition, right? And or not collectors, there's a season pass, not a season pass, but a seasons, like live seasons that you
Yeah,
go through, but they don't really give you anything. They released a new character, Daisy, and Shy Guy, and it just seemed like nobody really dove back in. I loaded it up, checked out their special shots, and
yeah.
then proceeded to close the game and haven't opened it again since. I feel like I want to get back into it. I just same thing with Nintendo Switch Sports. I want to get back into it, but there isn't really anyone that's like, "Hey, let's go play this," which would cause me to want to go and play it.
I
Although
feel
I,
like we would have more of those moments in time if we just didn't have all these other games that just came out. Because
yeah,
usually summer it's kind of slow, to be perfectly
right, yeah,
honest. You know,
that's true.
but
Normally, I would just,
Nintendo just has like a really good summer. You know, unless you just hate like JRPGs, I guess.
yeah. If you're not a big RPG fan, well then, by golly, you've got
I hope you're
nothing.
a sports fan.
Yeah, hopefully you
'Cause
you enjoy sports. Because that's what Nintendo has for you. And maybe sometime later this month they'll have a little Kirby action for you as well. Um,
maybe.
but yeah, so this those were the sales. Um, okay, so the in terms of uh like life to date sales, right? They have them all listed, but the ones that are not listed, it says on here, is in terms of light to date, they don't have digital only games listed. In terms of like their software,
Yeah,
so there could be more games that
on
are
this list,
sold. Yeah,
just not on the list.
in terms of software sold. So it would be more than 863, but they don't count digital only games. So,
Which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because that
right,
eShop is filled with so many digital
digital
only
only
games.
games that
And me and you, we
are on the
buy
charts a
a good
lot.
amount each month.
Right, yeah. There's just a lot of them. Let's see here. The that is basically it for their financial report outside of them saying, listen, the I think was it there that they said that don't expect a new Nintendo Switch before March 31st, I think.
Yeah, it was like roughly around the same time frame. Yeah, because
Yeah.
obviously a lot of us want a new Switch, just to have a little boost in power. But if you look at these numbers, it's gonna be like, yeah, they, from a business point of view, they don't really need to do it, because there was a drop, there was like an 18% drop early on this year, but that came more from just not having enough systems versus people not wanting to buy it, that kind of thing. Because if you look at the numbers from like years ago, this is actually the best selling like you know, ac- you know, pre-COVID kind of kind of selling. So it's still going really well. It's about to pass up like, the PS4. We're getting to Game Boy numbers just for the units sold. It's absolutely crazy because it doesn't feel like it, but when you think about it, it makes sense.
Right, yeah, exactly. I agree. But yeah, so they said don't expect it by March 31st. So basically, you can expect it April 1st. The Switch Pro is launching with nothing but um, you know, probably Breath of the Wild 2, whatever they end up calling it.
Yeah, we still don't know that, you
Yeah,
know,
we should know
because
what that
that's
is soon.
that's that's for like spring for 2023.
Yeah,
I don't believe it's spring. I think it's summer, to be perfectly honest.
I could
But
see. Yeah,
it's like the Nintendo thing. Well, like Splatoon 3, it's technically summer, but it barely makes summer. Right now.
yeah. What is
Because like
September 9th, right?
yeah, like nobody goes, oh, September 9th, best day of summer. Nobody does that.
Yeah, back when I was in high school and middle school, like I would count summer if I was back at school, it's no longer summer. So I would normally go back the first week of September, like either the
I went
last week of
back.
August or the first week of September.
I went back like the last week of August. So I always consider September to be fall myself. I went fall, September, October, November. Those are my fall months technically.
Yeah,
But like, if you look at the calendar, it's not set like that. But who does
hog
that besides
hogwash. Who
Nintendo?
looks at the calendar? Yeah, exactly. But Mel, you know what? Not only did they have the financials, but not only did they Ooblets announce that they got this coming out. But what else did we got here?
We got another little Pokemon showcase.
Oh, you're right. We did. And Mel, so we got it and um there was some stuff in there that just was whatever, right? Like a
Yeah,
lot of
because it wasn't just like Scarlet and Violet. They had like a little mini updates on like Pokemon Go, Unite, and Pokemon Masters. XE. That kind
oh
of
yeah.
stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
and Pokemon Cafe, because Mewtwo is
Oh
very
yeah.
hungry, and he can't have like very long wait lines, so you got to do his puzzles fast.
Yeah,
It
he
was
doesn't have time
silly
for
stuff like
this.
that.
Yeah. But the thing that everyone's talking about, they announced some, a bunch all Pikachu mode or something in
For
Unite.
Pokemon, yeah, for its first anniversary. So if
Yeah.
you want to see Pikachu like surfboard, like the balloons,
Yeah.
Mega
Now's your
Pikachu,
chance. Yeah.
there you go. Go play it. You know.
But we're here for Fido, okay? But yeah, that should have been I should have used the name Meldo. Um that that should have been the name. But instead, lo and behold, they have the new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet showcase trailer. It was interesting because when they started the trailer, it said, "Hey y'all, listen, there's voice acting in this. Don't expect it in the full game, okay? It's not there."
I know that chilled me because I was like, oh no.
Yeah, because everyone was like, "Oh, there's voice acting." Oh, wait, no, they just told us. Listen, there's voice acting in this, but it's basically a voiceover that we're doing to explain you the game. Um, so it's just going to be no voices, but this is the first poke. There's in terms of this game, there's a lot of firsts, right? Like
Yes,
you get the legendary right at the jump,
pretty early
basically,
on.
pretty early
Yeah.
on. And the legendary, it'll it does everything, flies, drives, rides
You can,
in the water. I don't know where I was
yeah,
going with
I
that.
think.
I was trying to rhyme it. Ride, even though ride and fly don't rhyme.
Really, we got you. We got
Ride, fly, swim. Yeah. So yeah, basically all that. Seeing this and watching this, both of my boys were like, "We want Violet." After seeing the motorcycle and everything, they were like, "We
you.
want
Wow,
Violet."
the
And
choice.
how about you, Mel? So I'm getting Scarlet because they're getting Violet because they want to be
No,
and live in the
no, that's
future.
not fair. No, I called Scarlet the last time we talked about this because you know why I want Scarlet now?
Why?
Because the motorcycle action for Scarlet is he actually doesn't use his wheels when he's just riding on land. He's just using his speed. The wheels are just there for show.
Yeah,
If you actually
if he
watch
gets
it.
tired and rests for when you stop, he could just rest on his tires. But yeah, it's funny because you see the wheels moving, but then it's just also the legs are moving. So
Yeah, he's galloping, man. He's
yeah,
he's he's trucking,
I don't
That's
even know these legendaries names, but they are wild. I plan on, you know what, Mel? I can't get Violet. I can't. They're getting Violet. I need to get Scarlet. Um,
well, you're gonna have to get whatever exclusive mines from them and
yeah,
trade them
and
to
then I'll
me.
okay, all right, I will. I'll be like,
Okay, because
boys,
I'm
you're
not
on a
budging from
mission.
I mean, I'm not budging from Scotland. I
Oh
called
yeah,
this last time.
you're
Not budging.
welcome to have. I So back in the day when these games came out, I used to get both versions and then just trade all of the starters to myself. It took a few hours, but it was worth it for me because uh, I don't know why. I just got to catch them all. That was the motto, and I was like, you
Yeah,
know what, I got to catch them all, and then I would never finish the Pokedex. But this one looks really good in terms of they're doing a lot of stuff that I like. They got the what, 4 player multiplayer, online multiplayer.
yeah. We
Um
can just hop in and go and just explore, that kind of thing. Because it seems like the map for this one is more circular, So it seems like we can just weave in and out a little bit easier. Maybe there won't be as many roadblocks blocking, that kind of thing. Because in this one, we're able to technically do the gym battles in any order we want. We just don't know how that's going to actually function yet because it doesn't seem like there's level scaling, but maybe there's like different teams for like different moments of time you fight, that kind of stuff. But we just have to see. But
oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, we can just hop in, just explore, um, you know, you battle, trade, stuff like that. So that'd be kind of nice.
What about so from this trailer, what was your favorite takeaway from it?
So there's technically some new stuff we didn't touch on yet. Um, when it first opened up with this trailer, they were like, "Hey, there's three story parts in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. You know, you have the traditional gym battle, Pokemon League, that kind of thing. We have like this treasure hunt where you have to go and find like these special Pokemon, these types of things. And they mentioned another one, but they didn't tell us exactly what it is. So this game is probably gonna be longer than most Pokemon games if you do like all of these stories. So that's kind of neat.
Yeah,
And they're all like independent of each other, like they don't link up with each other. You don't have to worry if you don't want to do one. It's not like you know, you're messing up the Pokemon League or anything, that kind of stuff.
yeah,
And we
and
saw some new Pokemon, you know,
yeah, we did.
eh,
Which did you have a favorite of the new Pokemon that they showed?
which is funny because they show technically like three. We have a new Wooper, new regional Wooper. He's like
Yes,
a
Poison, I
black,
think, right?
yeah, he's like poison. So that's gonna be fun because he's always like a little fan favorite. He's just a cute little guy, and he's
Yeah.
even cute now. And then we have this new Hornland Whale. It's an ice type Pokemon, so it's gonna be like really beefy. It has like like three little horns on it. I don't particularly like how it looks, and for the past couple of games, ice type Pokemon, like I do like them. It's just they haven't really been, giving a good kind of move set, that type of thing.
Oh yeah.
And we saw that one with the new Ice Gem leader. He looked
Oh yeah.
pretty. A lot of confusion about him on their end, apparently.
Oh yeah. Quite a bit.
But
Um,
the real standout, of course, is you mentioned him earlier.
our boy Fido. Yeah.
Fido. Fido is a tiny, bready dog that breathes yeast.
Yeah. It's great. Fantastic. And it's like 24 pounds apparently. That bad boy
Well,
is.
yeah, that bad boy. It's a fairy type, so
Yeah.
I because I guess bread is magic.
It's
I don't
magically
know.
delicious. That's what it is. Yeah. It. um.
What? It kind of does look like like the yellow kind of does look like that butter.
Oh yeah. Can't believe it's not butter. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It's very cute. I can't wait to see the shiny of it. I'm hoping like the shiny is like a darker brown, like a more of a
Like
toasted look.
cooked. Yeah. More
Yeah, because this
toasted.
is more of yeast. It's like
It's like
it's
the
kind of
dough
realizing.
before you
So
cook it.
yeah,
Yeah. Um.
very cute.
I wonder if they're gonna play on that. You know, with its evolution and have it be baked bread in the
I hope they
evolution.
do. I hope they show off the next Pokemon that's like its main purpose in life is just to eat this thing. You know, because they
Yeah.
usually have stuff like that. They usually have
Uh-huh.
like little enemies against some that kind of
Rivalries.
stuff.
Yeah, they'll be coming
Little
after the
rivalries.
dough.
Yeah.
Um, but they're I guess they're gonna uh what else did they have this new form now? Um I can't remember the name of it. Can you I they make them crystals, right?
Yeah, the crystal. It's Terra
Terras
style.
Terra Stel Tel Terra Stellize Terra
Yeah.
Stellize.
Yeah,
So it's
because
basically like crystallize.
it's
Uh,
crystallized stuff.
we'll just call it the
Um,
crystals.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier to say. But like every Pokemon can do this. Basically, it's like this crystal. It's like a crystal version of them, but like it depends on the area they're at. So like it can change their type. So basically, a lot of these guys can just be any type you want. And there's gonna be like certain items in the game that can also grant you that kind of access. So it's like this generation's, like Dynamaxing kind of thing.
Yeah, I think they said you can do it once per battle, and then after you do it, you need to like go charge it up somewhere.
Yeah, there's like a little time variation to this as well. And they brought back the raids from Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
So you can, lobby up with people to get specialized crystallized versions of these guys, and have them on your team.
And I'm
And some
guessing,
of them change little looks on them. Not all of them, but
yeah. Not only do they look like they have their crystals, like crystallized the Pokemon, but then they all look like they have different chandeliers on their head. Like that's how I would describe it.
yeah, like because the fire type has like if it's like the O is like fire typing, it's like that's the fire type. It's gonna have like a little candlestick kind of
Yeah.
chandelier. The
Um,
grass has like flowers, and like water has like the water spout.
yeah. They showed all the starters, and it's just gonna be more of a um, what is it? It's Paldea, right? The region, I
One of
believe.
those, one of
Yeah,
those.
it's one of those. We're really good at enunciating things, and pronouncing
Enunciation of
words.
Pokemon names, I'm not gonna give anyone,
Whew.
crap about.
Yeah,
Because
especially
some of
past
them, some of them
generation
you
one.
look at it. Oh, some of you look at it and you read it, and you're like, okay, this is how it should be said, but it's like totally not. So I get it, you know, and
Yeah,
maybe in this one we might have a little bit more new Pokemon than we would before, because I still think they're gonna carry on this whole hey, like we're doing like not everybody's gonna be in even after like the DLC kind of stuff,
right. Yeah, I don't
So
expect everyone, but they do seem to be getting more and more in there.
yeah, but I did see my favorite in the trailer. He
Which
didn't get a new form or anything, but he was there.
which one?
Dragonite was in there. He was in part of
Ah,
the crystallized stuff because when they started showing that off, I was like, oh, it's like a new Dragonite form. I'm like, I'm so, but it's like, oh no, everybody gets this. I was like, okay, whatever. I get it, game.
I'm looking forward to the crystallized fire version of Snorlax. Uh, very excited. But yeah, so this comes out November 18th or 19th is what.
I think it's 18th. It's like the Friday before Black Friday, basically.
Yeah, right before Thanksgiving. You can give your thanks to the Pokemon Company and play nothing but Pokemon.
Yeah,
Violet or
because
Scarlet. Violet if you're my boys, Scarlet
Scarlet
if
Appear us.
you're us. Yeah.
That's
Um.
that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah. Exactly. They were a little hesitant when they realized they both wanted Violet, but they said it looks too cool not to want Violet.
I mean, I get it because I do like the legendary Violet as well. It's just he
Yeah.
he's not the one. He's not the Scarlet one.
I wonder if
Because
it's
like
going to
the
be easy to trade. Because if it is going to be easy to trade, I might just um go ahead get them right.
mhm.
Like load up one of my boys' versions under my profile. Uh, trade it to me myself, right, and then restart their game. Trade it to myself again. Close the game
I guess it depends how long that
until
opening
you get
arc
it. Yeah.
is. Yeah, because the last couple ones they've been getting a little nail and tooth long. I mean, I
Yeah.
get it because they want to emphasize more story and to
More
show off the
adventure.
more
Yeah.
somatic stuff, which is funny because there's not like we're
Yeah.
still
They
missing some stuff.
just got
We're
rid
still
of the
missing voice
voices.
acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like it's funny. They're goofy like that, but I guess it depends just how long it takes to do that. But I think just trading normally, it looks to me like it should be a lot more fast paced because it kind of reminds me of how we traded in Generation 6. The X and Y games where you had that little um PSS system where it was like always on you and you can just trade like wherever you're
Wherever.
at.
Yeah. Seems like
It
it.
kind of looks like that. I don't know if it is exactly because again, there's still a lot of information we don't know about these games, and there's a lot of leaked or like rumored, speculation, whatever information that we're still waiting on to be like confirmed. Because like this crystallized stuff, that was one of them. The Wooper, the legendaries as the bikes, we're just seeing like these just confirmed, and like the ice gem leader, he was also confirmed from the leaks as well.
Right.
You know, we
Yeah.
we try not to go into the leaks before, they're confirmed too much because, you know,
Right.
not
Yeah.
everybody wants to know
Have
that
it
information,
spoiled.
like, right away.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus, not only that, but then, especially now, the leaks with all the leaks being accurate. Well, the ones being accurate, and then you got this trailer coming out and like confirming all those leaks. That just makes everyone like, well, now we know the other leaks are
Has to
line
be
up with
true.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's from, like, the same, person. 'Cause, we knew about this crystal gimmick a while ago, and, like, I can see the potential of this being really well, it's just I'm just not particularly interested in this. I'm actually interested in something we haven't officially been shown yet, that's what I'm waiting for. So maybe next time we'll get that.
Maybe sometime between now and launch.
I know, we still have a lot of time for these games, and there's still a lot of time for them to show us stuff. But, I'm personally liking what I'm seeing because to be perfectly honest, did not like Sword and Shield really at all. Like, there's not
Mm,
like one kind of thing I liked besides like the designs of the Pokemon and of the humans. I think they've been killing it on both of those for the past couple of generations. But like everything else in that game, I just did not really like. But this
I
one seems like it takes those like that starting point from Sword and Shield, expands on it, and then adds new stuff too.
Yeah, I enjoyed the DLC for the second one where you went to that other ice island or the
Yeah,
other
that wasn't too bad.
island. I like that more than the main game. Um,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah,
I can agree with that. You know,
so hopefully they're heading in the right direction.
I,
But
I'm excited for this one.
that is, I think that's it for the news, right, Mel?
So the important stuff, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mel, that is another episode. So before we leave, I want to just mention some games if you're still listening. Heaven, thank goodness. But I
We
wanted
thank
to,
you.
yeah, we thank you. I wanted to bring up a couple of games coming next week to keep an eye on, or I think you should keep an eye on. You can tell me if you agree or not. So next week, believe it or not, um, on Tuesday the 9th, 2 Point Campus. I guess if you get the early access bundle for $40, it comes out on the 9th. Um, that's like the 2 Point Hospital was the first game, and now this is Campus. This is about college. You get the game, and I think next week if you buy it comes out on the 16th, the full game, for $30. But if you pay $40, you get the what is it, the early edition of the game that comes out. It could be good. I really liked Hospital, and this Campus looks like it's adding a lot more to it. And then
I do remember watching you play the hospital one, and it was a pretty funny time watching you because
because there's a lot happening.
there's a lot happening at once, and you have to play stuff at certain things, you have to buy certain things, you have to treat others a certain kind of way,
Right.
and yeah, for this school one does seem to be just adding on to that uh, experience.
Right. I will say it is also on Game Pass, so that's probably where I'll be playing it. But yes, it is 2 Point Hospital or Campus coming out this week for 40, next Tuesday for uh 29.99. Lost in Play is another game that it has really nice art, and it is a point and click adventure. You're it's all um they go and explore this adventure, but it's all in her imagination. It's like all their imagination where it's all taking place. And
That's kind of cool.
yeah, so it's just a nice point and click adventure. That's 1999. And then there was three more games, Mel. Bear with me here. Cult
Okay,
Cult of the Lamb.
of
Okay.
course.
July, or no, not July. Jeez Louise. August 11th.
August
Um
11th.
that is out. It is, there's a lot of lambing, a lot of culting, a lot of, it seems to be farming. Your favorite, There's also battling, fishing. It's just it. I really like the art style, top down. Um, it's just a game that I'm looking forward to. Is
It's
that
also a Devolver Digital pick. You know, they
yeah?
usually pick really well. You know,
Yeah, Devolver Digital. I'm excited for that. What about you? Is that a game that you're looking forward to at
that's
all?
I'm still a little hesitant, but like
Mm.
out of this month, aside from like one game, that's probably the one I want the most. Since you just killed 12 Gun for me, honestly.
Oh well, I'm glad I could help. The anything I can to inch you towards um that. Although there is another game that came out last year, and I absolutely adored it. Played it, had no idea what was happening. Uh, that is
Great sign.
Shintam, Me and the Professor on Summer Vacation, I believe is the name of it.
Uh, well, now you can know what happens. That
And now,
actually
yeah,
happens.
now I can finally know. It's $39.99, but if you pre-order it, it's $35.99, so it's 10% off right now. It is so back on the PS1 it started and then PS and then moved to the PSP and then it's PS2 and it's just it was this summer vacation game where it used to be like you were a kid visiting your grandparents for the summer. You run around, collect bugs, go fishing. It was just a very like laid back, chill game. And now I guess Shin-Chan is really popular in Japan. Is that correct?
He's
Um,
always been.
yeah, he's always been popular.
Yeah, I think he's like that. The cat. You know, the blue cat.
Oh yeah,
I
from
think he's
the
one of those.
yeah, and
He's like a
yeah,
mainstay.
and it's it's made by the same people that made well the director is the same the guy that made those games on the PlayStation 4. They were published by Sony. This is the next summer vacation game, and it is basically you're just running around. The sound is so nice and good, and you just hear like the sound of the bugs buzzing. You run around, it's hot, everyone just feels hot. You can water some plants, vegetables. You can go fishing. You can hunt bugs with your net. You're also exploring, and then there's like a based on what I could tell, there's like somehow dinosaurs get involved because there's some sort of portal. But then there's also the one kid's room is like the more you talk to people throughout each day, uh, the more you talk to them, the more uh, like you can unlock in the town to do. And one of the things you can do is unlock like this arcade, not arcade game, but it's like a shoebox, and like everyone is playing action figures on top of it, and it's kind of like a little mini uh, RPG type game. And
Oh, that sounds cool.
yeah, that's on there. But yeah, that's Shin-Chan, Me and My Professor on Summer Vacation, the endless 7 day journey. So it's 7 days, and then after those 7 days, it just repeats, and then you can just keep going over and over again. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed it. I played through it, beat it on in Japanese, having no idea what anything happened.
Oh
I
boy.
uh, am looking forward to playing through it now in English. And yeah, it comes out on Thursday, along with Cult of Lamb, and then the final game, Arcade Paradise. Now, Mel, this game, you know I love myself some idle games. And this is made by the same people that did Vostok Inc., which was a dual stick idle shooter, space
Oh
shooter.
yeah.
Um, and it's
I
made,
I do remember you liking that one a lot.
yeah, yeah, probably because I wouldn't stop talking about it. But I've played it a lot, and this one is first person. I think you're you're running a laundromat for your uncle. So you got to like upkeep the laundromat, but then discover a hidden arcade in the back. And then you slowly start to unlock more arcade machines. And then you start making the money from those. And the more arcades you get, it's kind of like an idle type game, you know?
You do like that those
Yeah.
idle
So,
games.
yeah.
And I'm over here when you said idol, I thought you said idol,
Oh,
like the pop star
like
sensation
idle
idols.
manager? Yeah, no, I'm,
Yeah, because that's on my mind. Idol Manager. That also comes out later this month. I think
yeah,
like the 25th.
I think it does. Yeah, the 25th. But that was announced. Was that at the Indie World?
It was at like the Japanese one, but it's for us too. We get
Yeah.
it. And you're just managing those idols. In any possible way you can. So maybe I'll get that and I'll post some of my choices because not everything's gonna be super good for them. So you
Oh,
got to think
yeah.
about the money. You know.
Right. You got to keep them happy, but then also you got to make money off of them because they're not going to be idols forever. You know.
Yeah, it's like a shelf life. For the that type of work. For Japan. It's not like
Exactly.
us. We'll drag out like shoe any chance we get.
Yeah.
Or like Miley or like Katy Perry or whatever.
Exactly. So that's what we can expect next week. Um, Mel, thanks for joining me on yet another episode of N to the O, a Nintendo show.
Yeah,
Uh,
we did it.
yeah, well, we sure did it, and we might be back next week with a guest. Maybe not. Maybe will. Who knows?
You just gotta see.
Who's to say? All right. Well, Mel, talk to you. Wait, no. Before we go, where
Hmm.
the heck can people find you, Mel?
I'm gonna be at the good old Twitter at Mel Needs a Name.
Okay, and
Still doing what I'm doing.
you can find me looking at Mel post pinned tweets and then saying, "Listen, here's my pinned tweet. I'm gonna just mark down every game I beat in 2019 or whenever it was, and then just never post anything in that thread again." I'm good for
I
that as
did.
well. Uh,
I did like the first game.
yeah,
That was.
and then nothing again, and then like a year later, I took great lists. Just so if you want to follow Mel and I, yeah, also Super Nintendo ad on Twitter, blah blah blah. Thank you for
YouTube, all that stuff.
listening. Yeah, YouTube, all that jazz. All right, you can find us on Anchor everywhere else. If you're watching this on YouTube. All right. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Toodaloo. We'll